God coming home.
Man.
You know, some of us, well, you can use this in a parallel way here, which is what I'm going to attempt to do. Me and Steve, we've been married about a year, no, 2 years. And Brian was 6 weeks old. And Steve got orders to go to Vietnam. They promised him he wouldn't have to go if he'd re-up for another year, but they lied, of course. And so yeah, he had to go to Vietnam for a year. And let me tell you, it was awful. It was terrible. It was terrible for me, and it was especially terrible for him because I was home, you know, at least. And I stayed with my mom and dad and family while he was over there. And oh, how he yearned to come home, right, Steve? He missed so many things being over there, far, far from home. And you know, that's so true in the spiritual sense too.
Yes.
We can wander so far from home. We can wander so far from God and don't even realize what's happening to us. And before we know it, man, reality has hit us.
That's right.
Who am I? Where am I? What planet am I on? Anybody ever felt like that? Anybody ever felt like you're just losing it all? Man, and we, like that song Empty says, we don't even know we're empty. We don't even know.
That's right.
But it's so good, like that song says. It's so good to come back home. It's so good just to turn around and just to know you're headed back in the right direction. You may not have arrived yet. You may not. But man, it feels so good to know you've turned around and you're heading back home. I love that song. I just love it. I thank God for it. And I'm glad His blood does it all.
Amen.
It's not something we have to walk on broken glass for. It's not something we have to cross oceans for, climb mountains for, anything else, is it, Steve? But He said, it's already there. My word is already in your mouth. All we have to do is just speak it. But you know, a lot of times we can't speak that word because we don't know what it says, do we? We don't know what it says. Because we don't pick it up enough to open up the pages and read what it says. We don't know. And it's not God's fault. I bet everybody in here's got a Bible in their house. You know? We need to open it up and read the promises, man. It's a book of promises. And they're all awesome. And in Deuteronomy 28, He said they'll run you down. His promises will literally run us down. I love it, don't you? Don't you love that? You know, God's promises, He keeps all His. He's not a man that He should lie or could lie. He cannot lie. And I thank God for who He is, all that He is. I just love Him. Let's give Him a hand clap of praise this morning. He's a mighty God. He's so good. Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
Praise You with the hands. I Jesus. Thank God for Jesus. Thank God for His love. Amen. There's a party going on, just over on the street door. Just to look upon His face makes me feel old. Racing through the crowd, yeah, Lord, I always wanted to get up close to You. Stand there and see You praise the Lord. Stand Thank God.
Praise the Lord.
You know, that's one thing the devil hates worse than anything in this whole world is for somebody to praise
That's
God.
right.
The devil hates that. You know why? Because that's a building up effect. And the devil wants God built up. The devil wants himself built up, don't he?
Yes.
But we know what's going to happen to the devil. He's going to burn in a lake of fire. And what even is worse than that, he's going to have chains on him.
Yes.
Chains binding him, bound in the lake of fire forever and ever, where he can never cause another hurt, another pain, another disappointment, another tear, another nothing. Because in that place in heaven, all will be well, all will be full of joy and peace and the presence of our God, Steve.
Amen.
Isn't it amazing?
Yes, sir, Lord.
Awesome.